What's going on, everybody? I'm Terrence, and this is Bank Shipping. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. If you ain't up, like always, go ahead, get up, start that grind. We got a load yesterday. After I dropped off that load I picked up in Jersey. Dropped that off in Richmond yesterday, ran back to the insulation, got a load of that. It's a 2-stop, so we are here at our first stop. Got 6 skids to drop here, and then I gotta go to, we're in Sterling right now, and then after I drop these 6 skids, I gotta go to Alexandria, which is, I don't know, 20 miles down the road, and drop off 5 skids. And then after we get empty, we're going to go back to Montrose to pick up some more trailers. That is a 3-stop tomorrow. So nice full day. I'm gonna go ahead and unstrap, get ready for this first drop, and we'll get out of here. See y'all in a bit. So real quick, I'll show you what I got. First stop gets these 2 boxes right here and these 6 white skids back here. And then the second stop gets these 5 green skids. Funny story about those boxes. I had a box that I was supposed to give my drop yesterday and completely forgot about it. So I had to call and apologize and things like that. And then I put it in the mail for them, so they had it. Guy told me it was no big deal because the project that they were working on wasn't going to start till later next week anyway. So that made me feel a little bit better. You know, we all make mistakes, and it's all about how you learn from them and things like that, and how you come back stronger. So, you know, I made my right and all that, so good to go. But speaking of mistakes, I don't really know if it's a mistake or not, but somebody commented on my last video about some of the lighting and things like that, videoing at night. You know, the lights were blurred on the trailer and stuff when I was talking at night. I was just trying to get a little bit of a snippet. I know it was hard to see, so I do apologize if anybody was upset about that. I'm by no means a videographer. I'm still learning at this thing, still learning how the tips and tricks of the GoPro and the lighting and all that stuff. So tips like that, comments like that are always welcome. I'm not going to get mad about it. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, these guys just want me to be perfect. You know, I'm not going to be like that. Tips like that, comments like that, that's what's going to help this channel grow. That's what's going to help me help you guys. So comments like that are always welcome. You know, so I do apologize for the lighting sometimes. I know the lighting is bad in some of my videos, but you know, I'm not trying to make any excuses for myself. Like I said, I'm still learning, but you know, a lot of the guys who do YouTube, they're over the road. So, you know, they have time to sit at the shipper and find the best lighting, or when they're parked at a truck stop, they have time to find the best lighting and things like that. You know, some of them even have people who record for them. You know, they use drones and all types of other stuff. Me being a local driver, I hustle. You know, I don't have time to lollygag. I'm not saying them guys don't hustle, you know, so don't get me mistaken, you know, but it's a different type of hustle when you're a local guy versus over the road. You know, I don't really have the time to figure out which spot is the best lighting. I try to find a spot that I can get the whole picture. I set the camera up and boom, that's where I go from, you know, because like that load, I had 3 stops. So boom, boom, boom. And then I was thinking I had to get back to Winchester to pick up another load, and that fell through, but then I still had to go pick up another load anyway. So I'm hustling, especially because I'm trying to get home, you know. So I do apologize. I'm going to work on it, you know, but that's why sometimes I do have some terrible shots. I do have some, I'll be the first to admit it. I know when I go to edit the video, I'm like, ooh, you know, that's bad, you know. So I know it, you know, but like I said, I'm working on it. Thanks for the comment, letting me know about it. You know, like I said, all those comments are welcome. You know, anything that you have a problem with, anything that you want to see done better, anything that you don't see at all that you want to see, go ahead and comment below, and I'll get to it. You know, anytime somebody comments on my video, I'm not a huge YouTuber by no means. So I don't have, you know, thousands of views on a video. I don't have thousands of comments on a video. So the comments that do come, I read all of them. Most of the time I like all of them, and a lot of times if it's a question or something that needs to be replied to, I reply to them, whether that's in the comment section or on a video. You know, I try to personalize this for you guys, so keep those comments coming. Definitely keep them coming, because like I said, it's going to help this channel grow. It's going to help me help you guys a lot better. So I'm gonna go in here and light some fire under somebody's ass so I can get unloaded, because I'm trying to get out of here. So I'll see y'all at the next drop. And just like that, we're empty. Only thing I don't like about this place is Alexandria is tight. So this place is only one way in and one way out. So you come in from down there, you get unloaded, then you got to come in here, pull up in between this trailer and those pallets, and then back up basically into that brush over there to get back out. So it's a lot better now. The last time I was here, that little clear out wasn't there, and there was pallets on that side of the trailer, so it was a lot thinner in there, and you basically had to jackknife the trailer to where that truck is to get out. So they did make it a little easier, so thanks to them for that. But we're gonna head down to Montrose, get some trailers. I'll see y'all there. So after a 2-hour wait, I'm finally loaded. I waited for 2 hours. My appointment time was at 11. That's what time I got here. Waited for 2 hours, and then they told me to come down and get in the spot to get loaded. Then it took about another, I don't know, 30 or so minutes to get me loaded, maybe a little longer, because what they do is they set these things on the ground so you can put your straps over, so you don't have to climb on top of it while they're on top of the trailer. So got that. So everything's tightened down, got my straps all pulled up. Sorry for the water drop there. It is it's sprinkling here, but they're calling for some severe thunderstorms down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my paperwork, get out of here, so I can try to beat those storms. I'll catch y'all later. All right, so we made it back to the yard. Absolutely did not beat the thunderstorm out of there. It was some crazy rain. I mean, it pretty much should have been a tornado, the way the wind and the rain was coming down. And you know, if you guys watched my videos before, you know I got air actuated wipers, so they don't work the best. So it was a pain, to say the least. Water all over the road. But I got about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so from the yard, and it stopped raining finally. So we're back. We will pick up in the morning at the drops. It was supposed to be a 3-drop load. I was supposed to have 1 drop in Maryland and 2 drops in Pennsylvania, but the trailers that were supposed to go to Maryland weren't done yet, so they ended up canceling the Maryland stop and just gave me the 2 stops in Pennsylvania. So that works out, 1 less stop. So I'll drop those 2 and then go back to Kingspan to get insulation for Monday. So I will see you guys in the morning. All right, so we are at our first stop. Like I said yesterday, it was supposed to be a 3-stop, but they changed it to 2-stop because all the trailers weren't there. So I was supposed to be here at noon is what time they estimated me to be here, but it's 9 o'clock. Since I only had 2 stops, I kind of left a little bit late this morning, kind of give them time to get situated and everything. But they're getting the top 2 on this stack, and then the back 3 back there. So 5 total trailers. The only problem is when I walked in there and told her that I was here to deliver trailers, she was like, do you happen to have extension forks with you for the forklift? And I was like, sure don't. She was like, well, ours broke. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. So I probably won't record this unload, just because it's probably going to take a while, because that right there, all the way up there, them two, even the three in the back, in order to get the trailers off, you have to, when they're stacked on top of each other, you got to pretty much lift them all the way up, because the tire sets inside of the trailer. So you got to lift them all the way up and somewhat straight up. So without having extension forks, they aren't going to be able to get all the way underneath the trailer to where they can lift it all the way up. So we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and get unstrapped and hope for the best. So I'll see y'all after the unload. I give up. I give up. Can't have nothing nice. Coming through Pennsylvania, Route 30. And I mean, hit a bridge joist. Bam. Heard a loud noise, looked in my mirror. Fender's gone. Broke right off, right at the bolt. Now this is the third set of fenders that I've gone through in 6 months. 1 in Jersey, 2 in Pennsylvania. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that the roads are that rough that everything just breaks off all the time. You know, these fenders aren't cheap. And people can say, oh, well, you can buy a cheaper set of fenders. Well, you're right, I could. But I like my equipment looking good, so I don't. But that's not the fact of the matter. It shouldn't matter if I put cheap fenders on or not, because at the end of the day, the fenders should stay on when they're bolted, Loctite, everything. There's no reason for them to break off. You know, when you're out here on the road, if you're in the trucking industry, you pay all this money. You pay IFTA taxes. If you are grossed over 26,000, you pay IFTA taxes. You pay taxes at the pump. And not only do you do that, but if you're grossed over a certain amount, you pay heavy road use tax. So where's all that money going? You know, all these politicians out here, they're too busy worried about their next term and not worried about their infrastructure crumbling. It's been going on for a while. I mean, I'm trying to not to use foul language, but I don't get it, man. But we're here at the second stop. We're gonna go ahead, get in here and get unloaded. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I've regained my composure after losing my fender, and made it back to my customer. We're just sitting here waiting to get loaded. This load goes to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania on Monday, so we'll be preloaded over the weekend. Got a couple things to get done over the weekend. Got my fenders already ordered. I called my shop guy on the way down and said, hey, I need to go ahead and get them ordered so they get here as soon as possible. I thought about taking the other one off just until the other one, the right side comes in, but I'm just going to leave it on. Just have one fender on, one fender off. It is what it is. Still sucks though, but I'm over it. It happens. It's part of the game. It sucks that it's happened to me 3 times, but each time I learn. I learned something different. The first time it happened, I went away from the lowrider half fenders because I thought maybe they were too heavy. So I went to a shorter half fender, and then it happened again. So I thought maybe the same thing, so I went to a quarter fender, which is what I have now, and it's still broke. So what's happening is, bumping up and down the road, that bolt is getting, or the nut is getting loose on the bolt, and then from the vibration, the bolt is just breaking. So I've had that happen twice. The other time they broke, it actually was because the clamp got loose and it slid off of the post. So to avoid from that happening, I'm sorry, other way around. It slid off twice. This is the first time the bolt broke. So to avoid it from sliding off, I basically drilled a hole in between the triangle mount that attaches to the fender itself and the post, and I put a bolt and nut and lock washer and all that stuff on there to keep the fenders from sliding out, from vibrating. And then of course the bolt breaks. So my next step is, and the bolts are Loctited because it's an actual frame bolt, it goes through your spring hanger. So now when the new fender gets here and I put it on, I'm just going to weld it. I'm gonna weld the nut to the bolt. That way the nut doesn't back off, and call it a day. As long as the nut doesn't back off, that bolt's not going to break. So I'm not going to say not going to. It should not break because it's not loose. So there should be no vibration in there for it to, fatigue and end up breaking. So I think I got it all down pat. Got a plan. So hopefully when they come, I'll get them, and that'll be the last time that I have to mess with the fenders. But that's trucking. That's what it's all about, is learning from things, and it helps a lot if you can have some sort of mechanical knowledge, to do some things yourself, or if you don't have any mechanical knowledge or anywhere to do it, a friend or something like that can help. Not always having to go to a shop where you're paying crazy amounts of labor rates. Something as simple as that. So I'll get that done. Also, I'm going to mess with my my leveling valve a little bit, because when I was back there looking, I noticed that on my leveling valve for the rear, it's kind of loose. The rod that connects the leveling valve is kind of loose, so I don't think that it is airing up all the way. I did a measurement. Every suspension has a measurement of what you should be, what your ride height should be. So I got my tape measure out and everything, and I just put I put a new leveling valve on this truck when I put it on the road. So I know the leveling valve's not bad, but just over time, bumping and bumping down the road, things get loose and stuff like that. So it's actually started to, since it got loose, started to sag a little bit. So I'm down like an inch and a half, where my ride height should be. So I'm going to, tighten all that stuff up, readjust that, get my ride height back good, and that should help a little bit with the truck. I noticed it had been riding a little bit rougher, not really noticeable, but noticeable enough to me because I drive it every day. But I was like, man, I don't know if it's my tires. I need to get new tires. I should need new tires because they're good. But now I see why maybe that 1 inch, inch and a half is, you know, allowing it to drop bottom down a little more than what it should. So we'll get that fixed off this weekend. And that's pretty much it. You know, spend time with the fam. Son's got another football game. So we'll go out, you know, I'm gonna go watch that and cheer for my son and all that good stuff. So yeah, you know, if you take one tip away from this video, you know, it's always stay on top of your stuff. You know, stay on top of your equipment, and you know, try to do little odds and ends that may help you in the long run. You know, and learn from the problems that arise if they're constant problems. Hopefully you guys don't have constant problems like I do with my fenders. You know, but like I said, it's been a learning process and a growing process. But it's not cheap being cool, evidently. That's what, you know, people always tell me. Some of the old school guys tell me all the time, you know, being cheap or being cool ain't cheap, you know, and they're right about that. But I like having nice stuff, so I like keeping my stuff in working order, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I ain't gonna ramble no more. We're gonna wait for us to get loaded. Hopefully it don't take too long because it's Friday and I'm trying to get out of here. So hope everybody has a good weekend. You know, stay safe, all that good stuff. Have fun, spend time with your friends, your family, get your mind right for Monday. And as always, stay prayed up, grind hard, and stay humble.